Peace. This is Wise for Wise Words Media, back at y'all for another round. And fight fans, yeah, man, very lackluster weekend in boxing. What was supposed to be a historic event, starting with the venue itself, a big ring in the middle of Times Square, free fight. This was supposed to be a classic, but what we got was a dud. I mean, these guys didn't even show up to fight. Let me start by saying peace to Teofimo Lopez. Credit to Teofimo Lopez, because he was like the only person that looked like he came out there understanding the magnitude of this event. Like Turki Alalshik, the man whose pockets, Turki Alalshik's pockets is so deep that it was supposed to rain on Friday and he paid for clear skies. That's how much money this dude got. So you got that. You got him in the house financing. And like, dude, the only person that was like, yo, yeah, this is big, I gotta take advantage, was Teo. Teo's the only one that came to fight. Everybody else was in there playing it safe. Like, it looked like sparring sessions. Oh man. And yes, I know Rolly Romero won, but Rolly Romero, super conservative fight. I mean, it was very lackluster fighting. All these fights were lackluster. And yeah, but the one thing that I do want to address is that I'm seeing a lot of people placing blame on Turki Alalshik. How? Turki did his part. His part was to finance these fights, to put the money together so that he could have a big triple main event card. You know how much money he had to spend on that, and probably securing a permit for a fight. He did his fight in Times Square at that. Like, he did his part, the financing. So this has nothing to do with Turki Alalshik. The fact that these guys did not perform, that's on them. You gotta blame them. You gotta blame the fighters. What Turki got to do with the fact that dudes is in there going light like this is sparring? Like, that has nothing to do with Turki Alalshik. Turki Alalshik, you know, if anything, thank you for attempting to put together what would be an epic card, but it was a dud. It was a dud because these guys looked like they came to spar. Like, they were all playing it safe, and it led to a lackluster event. Again, Teofimo Lopez, only guy that came out there and was trying to put on a fight. Everybody else, like Devin Haney, man, how the mighty has fallen. And this is why boxing is so psychological. Boxing is psychological because it, just as much as it is physical, it's psychological as well. Because after Devin Haney, even though he didn't technically lose, they gave him his O back. Even though he didn't technically lose, he lost up here. And you can tell that he lost up here because he's not the same fighter. I know it's only one fight, but I saw enough in that one fight to know, boy, oh boy, he's going through it up here. To get knocked down like that 3 times in that fight, and you know, credit to him being a warrior, getting back up and going all 12 rounds. You know, a lot of fighters would have stood right down, or they would have not been able to get back up and continue. He got up and continued each time. Credit to him, but now he looks shell-shocked. Like, there was a lot of like bouncing and running around. Devin Haney used to be the type that he'll stand right there in the middle of the square and exchange with you. You know, he would always, you know, he knew how to fight in close distance. He knew how to block, counter. He was a very good close distance, what do you call, a phone booth fighter, where he was within close distance. He knew how to fight. He knew how to block, counter shots. But this time he was like on his bike, running, and it was sad to see, because you know there was so much potential for Devin Haney, but a situation like the one he found himself in, some fighters just don't recover from that. They just don't. Some fighters go on to have even greater careers after getting knocked out, because it feels like, okay, now I'm playing with house money. Now that I lost my L, or you know, I took a bad defeat or a bad performance, it's like they playing with house money now, and you don't see them in there thinking as much. Now they're more reactionary. Now they're in there making things happen. But you didn't get that sense from Devin Haney. Devin Haney, what you got a sense was, oh no, I don't want to get hit again. I don't want to go down again. And you know, unfortunately, that's how that fight went down. But yeah, as far as in terms of Devin Haney, the guy who knocked him down, oh, we got to talk about that on the next one. King Royd, aka Ryan Garcia. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll talk about that next. I'm Waz Words Media. Peace.